everybody, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we're watching episodes 53 and 54 of Bleach. So before I get into what was going on in the last couple of episodes, and trust me, we have things to talk about what happened in the last couple of episodes, I want to quickly bring up something that has been in the comments quite a bit, and that is about the opening and ending songs having spoilers in them in terms of like the visuals. So I just wanted to kind of open up that discussion with you guys because ultimately I try to make videos that you guys enjoy, and I like to make sure that I get feedback from you guys before I make decisions. So let me know what you guys think, like how you feel about it, because I personally, I don't get that upset if stuff gets spoiled for me, unless it's like something huge, and for me something huge is like a character death, because if there's a character death that I know about beforehand, specifically don't get emotionally attached to that character, like I can't empathize with their story up until like their death because I don't want to get emotionally invested in that character. Like I start to distance myself because I mean, I think we all know from the last episode, I get emotionally attached to characters. So I like try to put that distance there if I know that the character is going to die at some point during the plot. So that's like the only time really that I can think of where spoilers have really, really bothered me. Whereas if it's just like abilities, power sets, who's gonna fight who, which is kind of what I've seen in the openings so far, that doesn't bother me so much because I know that some of the stuff that gets shown in the openers isn't stuff that actually happens in the show. It's just like looks cool and it makes people want to watch the show, even if it's not specifically that, you know, that fight or that specific ability is going to happen. So that's my take on it. But of course, also I have not seen the openings and endings that are going to happen, obviously. So you guys have, so let me know if you guys would prefer that I didn't get spoiled about certain abilities and powers and stuff like that. If you want me to really like go through this show really not knowing what's gonna happen, that's totally fine. And also like, I don't know as much about the show as you guys do. I'm trusting you guys to give me your knowledge about this show because I obviously haven't seen it, I haven't experienced it, so I don't fully know if the spoilers will bother me because I don't know what they are. So let me know if it's like you're like it's fine if you see the opening and endings and then I'll just keep doing the videos the way that I have. I mean, I've seen the ones for this that are currently happening because of last episode, so I'm not going to switch anything up right now. Or if you guys want me to skip them, then I'll just, I'll skip the opening and the little timestamp that's up in the corner for the video. It'll just start like a minute in or however long the opener is, as opposed to at 0. And then I'll just cut off my reaction before the ending starts. And the only thing is like I won't see the ending and I won't see the preview, and that's fine. Right? Like, if you guys don't want me to know what's gonna happen, then that's probably the way to go, right? Yes, let me know because we are going to be finishing up this arc pretty soon, which means that we're gonna get a new opener, so I would like to kind of know what you guys think and kind of open up that discussion now when I've already seen the opening and ending that's gonna happen for the next few episodes. Let me know down in the comments. I will leave a pinned comment so you guys can just reply to that because it makes it a little bit easier for me to organize things and kind of see everyone's opinions in one place. So I'll put a pinned comment that's asking you guys about that, and you can reply and just brainstorm some of what you guys think is best. Just wanted to open that up to you guys. Now, let's talk about what happened in the last episode because I'm still not okay, and I'm honestly a little bit frightened to watch this episode because I don't know what I'm getting into anymore. I don't know how much it's gonna hurt. Obviously, we had Arenji versus Byakuya in the last episode. We also got some stuff happening with Zedeki and Squad 11, them and Orihime breaking out our boys that were locked up for a little while. And now Zedeki is fighting a couple of the captains, and Ikuga and the guy that Ganju fought, which I don't think I know his name, the really arrogant one, the narcissist. They're fighting a couple of the lieutenants from the other squads. So we have that fight kind of happening. I don't know how much we're going to see of it because we've got lots of other things that are happening in the plot that we need to focus on, especially confrontation wise. So I don't know how much we'll see of that fight, but we know it's happening, and I'm sure Zedeki can handle it. I'm sure he's got this. But he's doing that, and it's allowed our friends of Ichigo, our Rukia rescue team, to continue on. They're looking for Ichigo, who is currently working on releasing his Benkai. But we're on a tight time limit because Rukia's execution has been moved up and is happening as we speak. She is being transferred to the execution grounds. He's got to figure something out. And I feel like Ichigo will, one, probably unlock his Benkai in time. Let's face it, in true shonen protagonist fashion, I feel like he is going to show up at just the right moment, for it to all work out, or at least, sort of work out as planned. I don't know anymore. And I feel like, two, Ichigo, in the course of training to unlock his Benkai, is going to unlock something else. And I feel like that, one, because of the hollow mask that has been appearing again when he's been in kind of really high stress, near-death experiences. It's been showing up. So I don't know exactly what that is, an omen of. And also, we had the white Ichigo that he fought when he was, in his internal world, when he was trying to figure out his first release for his Zanpakuto, and is in the opening that is currently happening, which I caught in the last episode when I first saw it. So we had a little moment when Ichigo had already gone back to his battle where we had Zangetsu and this white Ichigo having a conversation, and white Ichigo is I'll have his power eventually. Eventually, all of this power that he has, all of this potential he has, is going to be mine. Which makes me think that there's some other entity, some other thing lurking in the corners of Ichigo's abilities, and might be part of the reason that he has so much spirit pressure and so much energy within him. Something is gonna be unlocked. Something is going to be put in motion because he's doing all this training and he's accessing all of this power and figuring out how best to control it and control the flow of it. But I don't know what that'll be. But I feel like it's gonna happen. And maybe it won't happen in this arc right now, but like I said, I feel like it's gonna put in motion something else. How fixing his Zanpakuto when he was training with Urahara led to this near hollowness when he almost became a hollow, and now we have the hollow mask showing up. So I feel like the training he's doing now will have a similar thing where it's going to set something else in motion. It's going to, unlock something that's deep within him that he's not even aware of himself, and bring it closer to the surface. So that's something to look forward to. I really want to see his Benkai too, because Benkais are so cool. Terrifying, but also really cool. And I feel like it's just my inner anime fan of I grew up watching Pokemon and Beyblade and Digimon, where it was all about summoning creatures and spirits and monsters and stuff. And I just love that that's a thing. that's something I compared it to Beyblade before, but it reminds me a lot of Digimon, where it's you have a cool creature that's gonna fight your battle, with you. The giddy, childish energy that it unlocks on me. I just love it. So I'm really excited to see what Ichigo's is gonna be like. And of course, in the last episode, we got to see Renji's, which is, it was like the snake thing that had all these like bone, like vertebrae in it, and it could kind of like come apart and rebuild itself. And it was really useful against Byakuya's Zanpakuto, in that his is like all of these little blades, and especially his Benkai, which is like so many, where like when it went to cut up his Benkai, Renji's Benkai, he could just like dismantle it and put it back together, so like they kind of missed it, which is really, really cool. One of the reasons that Byakuya's Benkai worked the way that it did was because he constrained Renji first. Like, he made it so that his Benkai, you know, he couldn't control it properly because he had just learned how to release it, so he didn't have the best control over it, and then he actually restrained Renji during the fight, and then, like, used his Benkai with all of these blades, which is, like, a great strategy. It's a great way of getting around it. But, like, I was so proud of Renji for, like, being as good as he was, and like making Byakuya like slightly nervous. Maybe not nervous necessarily, but he definitely made Byakuya work a lot more than he thought he would. But of course, tragically, I'm trying not to be upset about it. It's been a couple of days for me to like process it, so I feel like I'm okay talking about it now. Renji didn't win. In fact, he may or may not be dead. I've been lied to before, where they're like, this person is definitely dead, and then they're not. But also, I feel like I have to prepare myself for the possibility that he is dead, which I don't love, because I like Renji, and more importantly, Rukia likes Renji, which is gonna mess me up, because if she is gonna be like super upset about that during this episode, I'm not gonna be able to cope. Like, I have my tissues on standby, I have Totoro on standby, like, I'm not ready for Rukia to like be super upset again, because we saw it briefly at the end of the last episode, and it got me. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not actually gonna like, there won't actually be tears, and then I saw her like lose her composure, and I was like, oh, okay, we're crying this time. We'll see how that goes. It's always the aftermath for me that's the hardest. Like, I feel like when a character dies, like, in the moment, I'm in shock, and like, I'm upset, but like, so upset and trying to understand what's happening that like, it doesn't hit me. And then when other characters are grieving, that's when it gets to me, because like I like feel their grief, and it just like amplifies my own. So we'll see how this first episode goes. But at the very, very end of the episode, when Rukia was being transferred, who should show up but Gin, who I know you guys in the comments are like, Gin's a great character, I like Gin, Gin's one of my top people. I don't like him, okay? I don't like him because I don't understand him. I feel like it's different from, like, Meyuri. Like, Meyuri, I don't like him, he's super creepy, he's just, like, so detached. I know what motivates him, and I don't like it. Whereas, like, Gin, I can't like him because I don't understand him. And because I don't understand him, I don't know what to do with him. So, like, I feel like he's more sinister in my head because of that. But Toshiro is, like, on a vendetta against Gin, because of what he did to Hinamori and what he thinks he did to Aizen. I still don't think Gin killed Aizen. I don't really know what that whole thing is gonna be. I don't know! I feel like that's what I say about everything now. I'm like, I couldn't tell you. But we're just gonna get into episode 53, and I guess we'll find out together. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Volume. really gotta get new headphones. I also really like this opener. I'm a huge rock and roll fan, so the more rock and roll it is, the better for me. There's like a bit of screamo in it too, which I wasn't expecting. That see, when he like morphs in to white Ichigo, freaks me out. I love the design of like the weird inverted Ichigo from like a purely like aesthetic and like artist point of view. But from a like fan of the show, it makes me uncomfortable. Ooh, we had that weird split too that happened where there's like people who are like really, really loyal to Yamamoto and are like, I'm just gonna follow orders. And then we have like, you know, captains and lieutenants and other members of the squads that are more like, well, what is actually going, like, what's actually the right thing, right? Okay. Are we crying? I don't even know. Wait. I just. This! God, they always play the part again that rips my heart out. No! With the piano. Don't rip my heart out. Again. Yin, what do you even want? Hmm? I mean, you didn't use the best manners addressing her either. Like, I know enough Japanese to know that. I would also like to know why you were here. Sure. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. No, you want something. Me neither, Marukia. We're on the same page. He's really good at saying things without actually saying it. Mm-hmm. It's the smile. Yes, of like a snake. I agree. I agree. He's sneaky. Like I feel like he says things without actually like directly saying them. And then like he finds little chinks in people's armor and he knows how to like leverage that, right? Yeah. Sorry. I want him to still be alive. That's okay. He's got friends. We'll figure it out. We'll send them a squad 4. For what price, though? But for what price? In exchange for what? What do you want from her? Exactly. I think he really means it. I just want to know what the price is. Yeah, I think he wants to shake your resolve so you'll be desperate later. Like you're gonna think about how much you don't want to die, and then he'll come back and he'll be like, I can help you with that, but for a price. Oof. Oh. Yeah, I did not have a good feeling about them winning against Edeki. Ooh, are you gonna show me your Benkei? Did he beat the last captain? He does thrive on violence. I couldn't picture him taking like an exam and like going through like the long process of being approved. I feel like he definitely would have just picked a fight with the strongest person. Oh, hello. Show me a Bankai! Ooh, what do those do? Rings? Uh, an enclosure of some kind? Ooh. Right, because he had that, like, weird, like, because he put I mean, Ishida to sleep, right, with his power? Ooh. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna be freaked out by it, to be honest. So is this captain actually blind? And that's kind of like why he can navigate a space where he has less use of senses because he's not like relying on his sight the way that most people do. Ichigo, honey, you need a better plan than just picking up a random sword and hoping it works out. There needs to be some kind of plan. It's true. Honestly, I believe that that would be something he does. Uh-oh. Benji! My boy! Yes, sweetie! The captain? Squad 4? Aww. That's cute. He likes to fight, so I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve. True. The priest was like, man, I gotta think. What's the point of that? He is dangerous, yes. Ooh. No, I think he let you hit him so he could find him. Ooh. Because he's holding the sword, right? It's actually pretty smart. Reckless, but smart. You getting flashback? Oh no. I think you picked a fight with the wrong person, though. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. True, but, why? I would like to know why he looks like a fox. I know that was possible. Ooh. I like his Bankai, though. Whoa. Oh, Zedeki's just like neat! Like, he's just excited about the possibility. Oh. Some of them are busy. I expect him to be there. What one? Wasn't as stressful as it could have been. So at least there's that. I can actually watch the ending now. I didn't really watch it last time because I was distraught. Gone! It's so, like, chill compared to the opening. Like the acoustic guitar, though. What does it transform into? Not as stressful as I thought it was gonna be, or feared it was gonna be. We did get some more of Zedeki's fight, and we got to see like really how that's gonna unfold, and how the powers of or the abilities of those captains work. Tosen was the first one, and now we have the fox looking one. I didn't know that that was a possibility, that there would be creatures that had spirit pressure and stuff who are like different from humans. Like most of the Soul Reapers we have seen. I don't really know what his story is though, so it could be like a mixture of things about why exactly the foxness. But it looks like we're gonna get to see his Bankai is like a huge warrior looking thing, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see how that. I mean, Zedeki's excited to see how that fight's gonna turn out. And I agree. We got to see that Renji is alive. He's alive, and I'm so happy. And my sweetheart Hanamaru is like, I got you. I have my mixed feelings about Gin, but the moment he was like, you know, he's not dead, right? He's still, like, partly alive. You could still heal him. At least I still have an NG. He's still kicking, which is so amazing. Let's talk about Gin, though, because I really feel like he definitely is playing with Urukia's emotions. And I feel like he was, like, specifically, he was trying to break her resolve and, like, make her desperate and panicking. but I feel like his offer still sort of stands. Like, I feel like it wasn't entirely an empty gesture. I feel like he wants her to think about it and be desperate enough and, like, you know, lose so much of her resolve that she is willing to reach out to him and I feel like if he's going to help her, there will be a price. Like, he wants something in exchange for helping her. So, like, she has to be desperate enough to be willing to pay whatever that exchange is, right? I just feel like Gin has to want something. Like, he's definitely doing it out of out of his own ambition and, like, what he is focused on and going after. I don't feel like he would just say it to mess with her. Like, I feel like, you know, he definitely has, like, a trickster kind of feeling to his character, but I also feel like everything he does is motivated by something. I don't know what that motivation is, but I feel like everything he says, everything he does, every person he chooses to have kind of these, like, menial conversations with, there's something underneath all of it. Like, all of his words, all of his actions, he has something that motivates them. So I don't think he was just messing with Urukia, but I could be wrong about that. I honestly don't understand the guy enough, but he's not at the execution as of right now, which I think is an interesting thing. I thought he would be there for it. And there are lots of people who aren't. It'll be interesting to kind of see what they're doing, like what the other squad captains and lieutenants and stuff are doing, because it mostly looks like those that are there are more, like, loyal to just, like, the system that they're in. Not necessarily because we got, you know, Flora Kimono captain, whose name I haven't memorized yet, but he seems a little bit more deviant, or willing to be deviant than some of the others. But he's there. And of course Byakuya is there, because why would he miss the death of his sister? I mean, he probably doesn't even think of her as his sister, but I don't know. So, like, it looks like we're gonna get even closer to what the execution is gonna be. And, the transformation of this special weapon that they use to execute Soul Reapers. So we'll go see what that is. And Ichigo needs to hurry up, just in general. He's still just, like, picking up the closest sword and seeing what works, and I feel like he really has to figure out some kind of strategy. We're gonna go right into episode 54, and we're just gonna see what happens. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh! This is different. Yes, I know who you are. I've seen the show. I feel like I have to headbang to this song. Oh, that's why there's the fox in the opener. Because it's the captain. See, even when the opener does try to spoil things for me, I miss it sometimes. What's Toshiro doing? He wasn't at the execution either. So, what's he up to? Because he's pro, let's save Urukia. So, I would like to know what he's up to. I'd like to know what all the arms are, too. Freaks me out. What is the giant weapon thing gonna transform into? That is the big question for this episode. Byakuya showed up. Yes, what are the final words? Or word? What is it? Because I'm sure it's like resonant of who she is as like a character. Wow, look at that thing though. Ikuyu! You doing okay, boy? Everybody's gotta hurry up. Why are we looking here? Who are you? Shadow? What if he's not there? Breaking the seal? On what? What's that? Oh! Oh dear. Oh. Some stuff's about to go down. Yes, you should hurry up. Are they friends? I guess that's kind of the closest that Zeniki comes to having a friend. It's like someone who's a really good fighter, right? Good luck with that. Because if they're not trying to smuggle her out, then yeah, I'm like, they're either going to be smuggling her out or they are not going to go quietly. Like, if you think you can, like, kill Rukia and Ichigo's just gonna be like, alright, bye, you're wrong. But it would appear that he is lying, so. I really want to know why uh, Yamamoto would move up the execution. Like, what convinced him? Oh dear. That seems a tad dangerous. Yes. I don't think you should try and take notes about how to be a person from your brother. He doesn't seem like the right model for that. At least in this moment. What do the cubes do? Besides levitate her. Maybe they do nothing besides levitate her. That is also possible. But I feel like they're gonna transform into like restraints or something. Oh wow. That's not what I was expecting. Slightly more violent than I was expecting. Ooh. Is it gonna be like a phoenix? Ooh. Odd choice, because phoenixes come back to life. And this is an execution. Will she still be reborn? Like, reincarnated as something else? Like most spirits are? Or will this execution, like, actually destroy her soul? I can't remember if they explained that or not. It's cool. He's gonna save you again. And he's gonna try and save you. Your captain. Ichigo, you better hurry up. Figure out this whole Benkai thing. Oh no! If you cry, I cry. Ichigo? What are we doing? Oh, we're replaying it? We're doing that thing where we play the same thing again? To rip out my heart? Who showed up first? Who's going rogue? This Byakuya looked up this time. Because he wasn't looking before. Is it her captain? Hi! I knew he'd show up at the last second. Look at the new outfit, though. He's so casually, too. He's like, I'm gonna block this from behind. He's not gonna listen to you. He rarely listened to you before. He's not gonna listen to you in this context. He's a shonen protagonist. So he can do crazy things like that. Yep. The orange-haired one. Yeah, stay focused. There's a giant flaming bird. He's got all those bandages, though. You underestimate him. He's been putting in the work. Go! Ichigo, go! What does the... I don't know. Emblem thing that he has around his neck? What does that mean? Ooh! Reinforcements! Yeah! I love that everybody's like teaming up. Ooh. See, that seems dangerous too. Just fireballs everywhere. That thing, I think it's tied around his neck. What does that mean? Ooh, he's doing the twirl thing! That the white Ichigo used. He's not gonna listen. He's much stronger than when you were around him all the time. Aww. Look how happy she is to be saved, though. Ah, a little smile. They're so cute. Yes. Be wary. Ichigo's, got some strength behind him. And, he's determined. He's basically at a captain level, right? Like, if he has his Benkai released and figured out, he's very close to a captain, right? Look at the stubborn look on his face. Mm-hmm. You've got all these friends, Rukia. There's all these people that want you to be around. You need to embrace that. There is some infighting happening. Angie! Ah! Is he gonna come with them? Oh, they're all so cute because they're friends. Is he gonna throw her? He's gonna throw her, isn't he? Yep. You'd better catch her. Oh, he's still healing though. Aww. Yeah, he's gotta fight some people. You got this. Who are we fighting first? Byakuya? Are we fighting Byakuya? Is that what we're gonna do? I wanna see it. I like the fight music in the back too. I'm sure Renji will get some backup though. Ooh. Look at that, though. He looks intimidating. The big sword and the new outfit. Ooh. Fast. Ooh. Doesn't need to. He learned to be a good fighter without it. The most important fight. That's right, he could keep up with his speed before, but like, he's trained a bunch. Oh, we're gonna get them fighting! Ah! You guys! I mean, I know we're not home free because we still have to get Rukia out, obviously. And I feel like, everybody's gonna kind of meet up with Renji and help that. But they're just so cute! How happy Rukia was when he showed up and he saved her. She was acting like she was upset with him. But we know. And when he was like, all these other people came, like, it's not just you and me, like, there are all these other people that have come along with me, and who I also have to make sure get out okay. And just, like, the look on her face, and I'm like, yes, Rukia! People like you and care about you and want you to be in their lives. Like, I know you've been told for most of your life that people don't want you around, but there are people in your life now that do. They're just so cute! My boy Renji swooping in, helping out. Ugh. I know it won't last. I'm sure something really intense is gonna happen and it's going to make me a ball of stress again. But at the moment, I'm feeling pretty proud. Yes, he's got a bit of a cape now, which is very Ishida. My man's I'm assuming you guys can tell that I'm, like, hype right now. I loved the, like, coming together. Like, sure, Ichigo was the one to show up, and he showed up at the last moment, like I said he would. We don't really know what the ending of his training was like, so I'm assuming he's figured out his Benkai. But he might have also just, like, rushed into it and be like, I'll figure it out when I get there. Because that's a very Ichigo thing to do. But I'm sure we'll get some kind of flashback that kind of gives us what the end of his training was, up to, like, when he showed up. But I like that it was, like, a collective effort. Like, there are all these people who care about Rukia, who want to help her, or, like, care about Ichigo and want to help him with what he is after. That, like, it's all coming together, and it's, like, this group of people. That's the reason they were able to do it. Like, Ichigo's strong. Ichigo's great. He's also never been against people helping him. Like, I feel like he doesn't want people to get hurt, and he wants to make sure that they're safe and protected and stuff like that. But he's also never turned away someone who has the drive and the motivation to, like, help him with what he's doing. Like, he's never felt like he has to do something solely by himself. I mean, sometimes he does, but, like, because he thinks that there isn't anyone to help him. But then when someone does offer that help, Ichigo is very much of the mind to take that help and to take that guidance when it's offered. And I think it's a really admirable thing about his character, because I feel like with how stubborn he is and how driven he is, it would be really easy to make him into someone who's like, I don't need any help from anybody. And I feel like that sometimes comes off with, like, main characters in, like, action anime, is they're very much like, I can do it all myself. And, they try to take on so much of it, and, like, when people offer their help, they're quick to reject it. They're like, no, I'll be strong enough on my own. Whereas, like, Ichigo is like, I'm strong enough by myself, but if you want to help, if you have something invested in what's happening, like Orihime did. Like, he was like, Orihime, it's really, really dangerous where we're going. Like, when she was like, I'm coming with you to Soul Society, he was like, this is how dangerous it is. Like, do you understand what you're actually agreeing to? And she's like, yes, but also, Rukia is my friend. And I have something in this just as much as you do, and I want to help her, and I want to be part of this, and I understand the risks. And Ichigo was like, okay, like, and that was the end of it. Like, he didn't get in any kind of argument with her. He didn't try to talk her out of it. He was like, I want you to understand what we're about to do and how dangerous it is. And Orihime was like, yes, I get that. And also, I need to do this. And he was like, fair enough. Like, who am I to argue with that? Because it's the same motivation for me too. Like, Ichigo wants to help Rukia because she's his friend and he feels like he owes her something. Orihime is in the same boat. So I feel like it's so much more satisfying at this moment where they've like, at least for right now, they have succeeded. And I know that we have a bunch of episodes left in the arc, so I'm sure stuff's gonna go down and there's gonna be obstacles for them to deal with. But like in this moment, they are succeeding. And it isn't because of one person being like uber strong or talented or whatever. It's all of them coming together with their own talents and their own perspectives that is like creating this success. And it just feels so satisfying to me to be like, yeah. And I can't wait for like more of the characters to like get involved in like helping Rukia and helping Ichigo that have like met them and bonded with them along this time, because I feel like that's just going to be even more satisfying to like have everybody really be together in like one place and helping each other. And of course, we're going to get Ichigo versus Byakuya, which is how we've been setting up for a while, since like the end of the first arc when he showed up and he took Rukia back to the Soul Society. Like this is what everything has led up to this point. So I am so hype. I'm so hyped to see the fight. Nervous because I don't want Ichigo to get hurt, and I know how powerful Byakuya is. He probably has some more tricks, to be honest. But also, like, I don't know what Ichigo is what he is capable of right now, because he went through all this training and he's like showing up again. So I'm excited to see what tricks he has. And his Benkai! I want to see more Benkai. They're so cool. I love them so much. I'm excited. I'm so excited to get the next episode. I'm like, even doing these 2 episodes, I still like get stuck on cliffhangers, and I'm still like, I still have to wait. I would watch it today if I had time, but I don't. I'm excited to see what Ichigo has learned, what his training has brought out, and I'm excited to see, like, what's gonna happen now with Byakuya. Because Byakuya, I feel like he recognizes Ichigo, like, being as powerful as he is. Even from, like, when they met on the bridge, he was kind of like, what is that? Like, who is that person? So I think he acknowledges that Ichigo has all of this power, and he knows that he's gonna be, like, a formidable opponent. But I also feel like the fight with Renji, like, shook him a little bit, in that, like, he had all of this confidence, he had all of this, like, determination, and, like, he knew how good he was, and he felt kind of untouchable. And then the fight with Renji proved that there are people who, like, have all this motivation and drive that can, like, also be somewhat of a threat to him. So I feel like maybe he's going into this fight with a different mindset than we've seen him before, because, like, he knows Ichigo's power. Like, he understands that he has a bunch of power, and he understands now that, like, he isn't untouchable. It'll be interesting to see how he has changed in the way that he's gonna fight Ichigo compared to how we've seen him fight people before. I hope you had fun watching along with me. If you did, you can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to leave me a comment about how you feel about spoilers and openers and endings and stuff, so that we can make a decision about that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!